Yo, what's up everybody? This is Jeremy with Phat Airlines. How y'all doing today? Hope you guys are doing great. I am doing pretty okay. I'm pretty tired actually. We I had a long day today. I had to work in the office, and then World of Airports update came out. So yeah, and then just time with the kids and family, which also is great, but it's a long time. So yeah, what's up guys? It's so nice to see you guys. Update World of Airports update 3.3.0 came out today. It's October 22nd, and it's also World of Airports 6th anniversary. So congratulations to World of Airports for 6 years of gaming. It's been fantastic. I've been playing World of Airports for, I would say, 5 to 6, maybe like 5.5 of those years. And it's been a fantastic game. I'm really excited to be playing the actual release update 3.3.0. We're playing today on our Phat Empire account, and we're also going to do a couple of tutorials here for you, right? So we have like the new scheduling system. We have the new hangar equipment. We have the new airport. So we're gonna really focus a lot of today's stream on the scheduling system. All right, I've had some time to play it, and I really want to talk to you guys about how to do it. We're gonna probably make it into a video so that way people don't have to watch the entire live stream just to get the tutorial part. But if you watch the entire live stream, you'll see exactly how we're doing everything. All right, but all right. Before we get into it though, I always want to start off with the patch notes, because the patch notes are super important. They let you know what's been changed. Sometimes there are things that are changed that aren't in the patch notes as well, but we know for sure that the things in the patch notes are supposed to be there. So let's take a look at the patch notes. And we got, first thing is new airplanes. So we got the ERJ family, the E135, the E140, the E145. Which are all requested from 135 World of Airports players. We have the MD-11 and the MD-11F also added. We have the 757 family refurbished and some new planes added. We have a 752 refurbished, 752F refurbished, 752CF, which is not a playable airplane, which means like it's not in your fleet. And then we have a 753. And then we also got a refurbished Comet, the DH-64. So that's pretty cool. And then we got new features in this update, which is the one feature most of us are excited about is the scheduling system, which we're going to go really into depth on tonight. We have a new arrival scheduling management tool allowing you to prioritize flights, assign contracts to specific stands, and you can define which aircraft sizes are allowed at each stand. If anything, there's this one bullet point I'm super excited about, but I think after you start to understand how to use the scheduling system, it really makes sense why this is a cool feature. And by the way, this is an optional feature. You don't have to use the scheduling system if you don't want to use it. You can just keep playing the same way, and a lot of you guys probably will do that, which is fine. The pilots do a pre-flight walk around now, which we saw on the preview stream. We're gonna probably run into it accidentally, but we're not gonna go hunting for it tonight. All right. We have new handling service. So we have the Ambulift and we have the repair team. We saw the Ambulift on the preview, but this is pretty. This is a cool little feature. You'll see it on the arrival and departure for the planes. There's also technical assistance. So a repair team's called in when the pilot's pre-flight walk around discovers an issue. There's a new airport garage interface, so you can see all the equipment that's being handled. There's the first generic airport, CNN. And generic airports, by the way, are meant to bring smaller airports into the game quickly without inflating the game size. Also, it's not supposed to be like completely real, I think. Let's keep reading, actually. Generic airports are marked in a different color on the world map compared to other playable airports. They can be unlocked independently from other playable airports for a valuable price. And 3D visualization and layout of generic airports are not accurate compared to real-world counterparts, and there's limited reward levels. 267 new liveries. You can click this link if you want to look at how many liveries there were. 57 new destinations, and some of the terminal names were revised. There's also bug fixes and improvements, and this is the one bug fix I really want you guys to pay attention to. So the destination selection confirmation has been updated. You're now only charged Wallers and silver airplanes in order to increase contract slots on destinations with full contract capacity. They don't cost gold airplanes. So if you have let's say your 3 passenger contracts already going to Washington IAD and you want to send 4, the 4th one used to cost you gold planes. Now they cost you only Wallers and silver airplanes. I think this is a fantastic change, but I haven't tried it out yet. So we'll have to. I'll take a look on my main account, because we're not playing my main account today. We're playing my stream account. All right, the ATC radio has been reverted to use the device default speech to text to speech voice. Aircraft lighting logic improved. Landing lights now correctly switch to taxi lights when the aircraft begins taxiing to the stand. Taxi lights turn off once the plane reaches its designated stands and starts parking. They turn back on after pushback is complete and the pushback vehicle departs. The B757 purchase bug were fixed. Resolved an issue where the first class configuration was not saved when purchasing the 752, regardless of how many aircraft were bought. Wow, I didn't even realize that bug. Sydney stands D7A and D44A now correctly use a bus instead of a jet bridge or aircraft door. There's also airline logos and Wikipedia were updated. So that is pretty cool. Those are release notes. Let's see if there's anything new on the World Airports website. You know, new Flyboys logo, right? Most of us saw that when that came out. Airport Prague, Flyboys, all right. And you got the developers. Shout out to the developers. Congratulations again on 6 years of World of Airports, guys. Really, really cool. And I cannot wait to play. So what we're going to do today, I do want to we're going to eventually unlock CNN Airport. But what we're going to do is we're going to start at a smaller airport. We're going to start at one of my newer airports, which is Sydney, Australia, because I really want to show you guys the scheduling system, right? Also, there's some, actually, there's a lot of events in all these airports, by the way. We should probably go to these airports before we do it and get these event planes. And while I'm getting these event planes, I'm going to talk to chat, because I've ignored you guys ever since I started going live. So thank you guys for being here. What is up, guys? So we got VNupt here. We got TJ Bay. We got Voitando. Voitando, thanks for being first. And thank you for 31 months, baby. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. We have Mike is here. What's up, Mike? Mike was like first on YouTube. That's pretty cool. And for Voitando, it's 3 a.m. That's late, bro. I know it's a weeknight too, so if you guys got to leave, that's cool with me. The live stream will still be here. Halls is here. We got AJ is good. We have Nate Clive. Nice. Rick Rashid is here. Sammy's here. While I'm doing my shout outs, there is a special event plane here at Prague for the next 20 hours 30 minutes. It's 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it's 20 hours 30 minutes. It's 9:30 Eastern time on October 22nd, and this is a special contract because if you look at the rewards, this contract gives you a gold plane. So World of Airports, every anniversary they tend to give us some kind of a reward plane that gives us like gold planes or something like that. So really cool. I'm glad I unlocked Prague. I don't have Washington IAD, so I can't take that arrival. But yeah, make sure you go to Prague today, guys. Nate Clive said, I've been struggling to play it since the update came out. It's been lagging badly. So there is, let me go into that. Here it is. There is a known bug, which I probably should have read right after the patch notes, but there is a known issue where some planes may appear all white or the aircraft images might show as blank boxes. I don't have any links to what that looks like, and then some people are also experiencing other kind of like graphical or lagging issues. One of the things that you can do to fix that issue is to uninstall and reinstall the game, but you also need to clear all the game data. This is mostly happening on Android phones, and I'm not too experienced with Android phones, but what I would tell you to do is like join the Phat Airlines Discord. There's people in there who have had experience with solving this issue many times. Tell them that you don't know how to clear your game data. I think you go into the Google Play Store or you go into Play Store and there's a way to clear your game data. Let me see if you guys are talking to me in chat. Reinstalling the game, you still had white boxes. See any advice? Anyways, so you guys can uninstall the game, reinstall the game, and make sure you clear all your game data. I think when people are doing all of that, uninstalling, clearing the game data, and reinstalling, all their issues are being resolved. I know. Oh look, add text to your email. Oops. Anyways, I know a lot of times the people on Apple aren't really experiencing a lot of these issues. It's Android, but yeah, this is an email we sent out today to all of our email subscribers on PHATAIRLINES.com. You can sign up there. We sent all this information about the first generic airport. We sent patch notes. We sent the known issue as well with some links to all the stuff. You can sign up at PHATAIRLINES.com if you want. But yeah, what we're doing is we're going to be playing some Sydney Airport today. I'm going into other airports so I can quickly accept the event planes because there's quite a few event planes today. So I just want to accept the event planes because event planes will give you 10 silver gold planes, or sorry, they'll give you 10 silver planes, and they will also give you 5 XP. And in all these airports, I definitely need the XP, and I definitely need the silver planes. So yeah, that's why we're going in here. Oh, I forgot to accept these. Cool. And now we're going to Sydney. So what we're gonna do, what time is it, by the way? 17 minutes in. I'm so sorry for you guys, but that's why we're gonna make this into a shorter video, by the way. So if you guys said something earlier, let me see. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Let's see. Okay, not too many chats. That's pretty cool, actually. Their logo is brand new. Rick Rashid had the white planes. Voitano had black planes. You can't seem to play on the new airport. You updated the game, doesn't pop up on the change airport list. So if you look at the change airport list, it's really on the bottom. I would look at the bottom left. You can't see my bottom left because my my screen overlay is hiding it. Make sure you're on 3.3.0, bro. That sounds weird. If you're on 3.3.0, you should have that there. There's no way. There's no, like, that's just the way 3.3.0 exists. Yeah, let's see here. It's easier to clear the game data than that. Long press on the app icon and select the eye in the circle to get to the app info. It's in there. So guys, if you're having the issue with like your game lagging, I would tell you, thanks to Mike. Mike said clear the game data by long pressing on the app icon and select the eye in the circle to get to the app info, and then from there you should see the option to clear your game data. And Mike also said he shared a picture of what it looks like, so let's take a look. We're gonna go to Phat Airlines, whoa, VIP, and let's go down to the bottom. You guys getting a sneak peek of VIP chat, huh? Alright, there you go. That's like what it would look like. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that, bro. Doolin Jan Arwathani, sorry if I butchered your name, but they said after the third reinstallation, all bugs and glitches got fixed. That's crazy. I don't know if anybody who's having a problem on iPhone though. Just saying. Yo, what's up, Monolithic Frog? Nice to see you too. Yeah, just saying. Nobody I know who has an iPhone has been having problems. Everybody on iPhone just been playing the game. Nobody's talking about iPhone right now because it's working. Anyways, let's get into the scheduling system. So guys, we're gonna I'm gonna be like glancing at chat, but I'm not gonna be talking to you guys too much because really what I want to do is I want to go over the new scheduling system in World of Airports 3.3.0, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the in-game tutorial, right? So there's an in-game tutorial for the scheduling system. You click on the question mark up here. So we're going to go over the in-game tutorial. I'm going to show you guys the planner, right? I'm going to show you how to use that. I'm also going to show you another way that you can plan or schedule arrivals. I'm going to show the schedule. The schedule, you really need to have planes in there to show the schedule, right? So we're going to show the schedule once we have planes in there, and then I'm going to review why it's useful, right? I have 5 ways that I think that I've been using it, because I've had World of Airports version 3.3.0 for maybe about a week now, maybe a little bit shorter. I don't know. It's been such a long week. I was traveling last week. I'm back now. But I've been testing World of Airports 3.3.0 for a while, so I've had some time to really play with the scheduling system. So I want to share with you, the way I've used it, why I think it's useful, and maybe you guys can come up with some other ways you could use it as well. But let's get started, all right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the in-game tutorial, right? So we have the new scheduling system. And we're going to go through the tutorial here. We click on the question mark and we got number 1. Number 1 is a schedule. So you can view your incoming flights and track each one's current stage. That's in the schedule system here. So if you look at the image here, you'll see what the schedule looks like. These are all non-player planes, and you can see a little gap there. Then you also have the planner, where you can create or edit your upcoming arrival schedule. So when you go into the planner, you have options here, right? You have on the left-hand side, your stands and gates. You view all available stands in your terminal. In the middle is the queue, so you can see scheduled and active flights for each stand. And then on the right-hand side, number 5, you have your arrivals list. So these are all your upcoming arrival flights that don't have a current stand assigned. By the way, if you buy a new plane into your fleet, they don't show up on the planner until you assign a contract. So you're always going to have to manually assign a new fleet plane to a stand. All right, number 6, select the arrival. So next thing you got to do once you're in the planner is you click on the plane right here. Once you click on the plane, then you have the option to assign the stand. The cool thing is it'll only show highlighted the plus on a stand that actually is compatible, so that's good. Then number 8, once you add it there, you'll see a plane that's added will be highlighted in green. That tells you there's an unsaved change in your schedule, and then you can hit save on the bottom left to go ahead and confirm and store all your plan changes. Now, if you want to make some changes to your schedule, you click on number 10 here. You click on any plane that's on your scheduled list, and then you have an option on the bottom here to remove it, or you can hit the I to see your plane's card. You can see all the plane's information, or you can even double click on the flight to get that information as well. Number 13 is taking us back to the interface, right? So over here on the left hand side with the stands, you can click on the little arrow here to see all the compatible stands, what's available, what's allowed, and what aircraft are restricted. You can see if it's passenger or cargo or both, and then you can click on the icon, the eyeball icon, to view the stand, where you can unlock and disable specific categories. You can also unlock and we can do additional editing here by just going into your regular menu. So if you go down here into your regular stand menu, you can click on this and you can go to a stand. It can't be occupied. You see it right here, it tells me it's occupied. You go to a stand that's not occupied, you click on the edit button and you can click on a size, and now F11 is disabled for A planes. Now that might be more useful in a stand like D90C or D93A, where in this stand I probably only want D or E planes to land, but because that stand's occupied right now, I can't edit it right away. So once this plane is done handling, which is in 6 minutes and this one in 9 minutes, Yeah, so this one in 6 minutes, that one in 9 minutes. Then I can edit the stand, so that way it can only accept D or E planes. There's also like a few stands over here. This one only takes D or E, so that's perfect. No editing needed. All right. So what we got here? Oh, scheduling system. Let's go back. I got distracted. So, all right. Show the tutorial, and here's the planner, right? So with the planner, there's a couple ways that you can assign planes to your stand, right? So the first way is through this planner. You click on the plane that you want to look at. You can double click it so you can see the card. I sometimes do that so that way I could take a look. You can like heart the plane, do whatever. But like I like to see who this plane is coming from, so that way I can kind of understand how often I'm going to see this plane, right? So like there's certain players, especially when I'm doing player planes, that I see constantly. So like those planes I will want to see like in a stand that has like that's easily accessible and probably not as busy, because I'll probably see this plane like every single day. So what we're going to do here is we got this plane. I clicked on the eyeball icon, so it's going to take me to the view here so I can see this stand. In this stand, for example, I can actually disable C, B, and A, because I only want D, E, and F on this stand anyways. And it's not occupied, so I can do that. Now remember, this is a brand new airport for me, so I'm not fully unlocked. Things are going to be really different when you are fully unlocked. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign Hammy's, or my plane that's going to Hammy, to stand, what is that, I-8? And now that plane is going to be assigned, right? But because I don't have the tower managers on, that plane is not going to automatically land. All right. So what that means is when I find that plane, let's go filter to my airplanes, and we go to the 748. You'll see it automatically selected that plane for me. Now, if I were to turn on the delivery manager would assign this plane to this stand as well. All right, so that's really cool. You still need the approach manager to schedule the landing, but ultimately, I think that's pretty awesome. We also have this A388. So this is the second way you can assign a plane to a stand, right? And actually, I'm going to hold off a little bit on that, because what I want to do is I want to assign the A388 to a different stand, while we want the 748 to go to this stand. So we're going to go ahead and confirm this plane for landing, and we're going to go ahead and clear it to land. And I'm going to talk to you guys in chat for a little bit while we're waiting for the planes to be handled and things that, just to finish processing. By the way, building a schedule when you have like 1,000 planes is really, really tough, and that's why you really want to stay tuned to the second way to do your schedule, which is the way that I like to do it when I have a bunch of contracts already that are not quite assigned. Fact, Lisa, hey Fat, can you please explain the schedule system? Oh yeah, we're in it right now, man. Monolithic Frost said I had crashing issues on iPhone. Oh no, there goes my philosophy about the iPhone issues. Thank you for sharing that. MK Specialist said, for me, I had to restart the game 3 times over the past hour for all the loading and white textures to load. Mike said, hey, now stop knocking on us Android people. I think we've had some things work better than iPhone in the past. You're right. I think it was like one update that you guys got early, and then there was another update where I forget what was happening on iPhone, but something was happening on iPhone. I forget what it was though. Did I say there was a walk around? Yeah, so the pilots will now walk around when they're when the plane is like, oh look, this plane is like currently handling. So right before boarding, I think the pilot does his little walk around where he walks around the airplane and he looks for any repair issues. So he's probably not going to find any repair issues on this plane. But hey, we'll wait and see. What'll happen is, like, if he sees a repair issue, then you're gonna have to send a repair truck to this plane, which is another service that you need to do. If you have the ramp agent active, the ramp agent will automatically do it for you. But yes, there is a pilot walk around which just happened on this plane. And if there is a problem with the plane, then you'll get that random repair necessary. Oh, Mike said you don't get to see his POV during the walk around. That would be pretty cool though, right? Mike said the one thing I don't like about building a schedule is that you can't see the stand on the airport without saving or discarding changes. Yeah, that's true. This is why I like to schedule airplanes a different way. Oh, this one's cleared to land, so let's watch this plane. I probably should turn on the approach manager. And I should definitely claim my free silver planes, but let's wait for this plane to land. Boy Tando's playing daily at IAD. What's up, ZLS WoA? MK Specialist says, I do like that you can check what plane you're selecting and moving into the schedule though. You know, I did not know while testing that you could double click on a plane to see the information. Like, that is so convenient. And I only know that because of the patch notes. So thank you, patch notes. What's up, hockey fan? I said an AT-76 that needs ambulift to both unload and load will not complete on time, even with full crew and a ramp agent. That's got to be a bug. If you have full crew, I think. Unless the plane had a problem or was delayed, like one of the services were delayed, I think, well, yeah, it definitely needs to be where if you have full crew and handling and ramp agent, and you have enough equipment where all the equipment's happening consecutively and no stoppage time, that plane should definitely finish on time. So that's probably a bug, but I have not seen it yet. So yo, what's up, Flamingo? Thank you for resubscribing for 7 months. I appreciate that. You put a screenshot in the VIP channel? Let's go. Oh my gosh, look at that. 1 minute 42. The only thing, I mean, the screenshot doesn't show you is, well, actually, it's CNN Airport, so I don't know how much equipment you have, but you are not like a noob player. Like, you know what you're doing. So I would think that you would have enough equipment at this point, and you're level 4, so and you got 48,000 wallers, so you could buy more equipment if something does happen. So definitely I would report that as a bug, because I can understand not using full equipment or full handling crew, or if there was a speed up button, right? But that's definitely got to be a bug. MK Specialist said never had the ambulift yet. Seems interesting. So it'll happen on planes that arrive while you're playing. I think that's the way it works. This is like inside information, but I think the way it works is like, so these planes over here that are already parked, like this plane right here, those planes over there, those won't get the ambulift because they're here already. But planes that newly land, that just like got here, this plane won't get ambulift because it's already here. But like this plane here that just landed and just parked, this plane that's taxiing that just landed and is going to park, those planes can get ambulift. And actually, once it gets to the stand, you can actually see if it needs ambulift right away. You'll see it here shortly. Yeah. So here on this plane, we don't need ambulift. Ambulift's not like a random, well, it is kind of random, but you can kind of tell ahead of time if that plane's going to need it or not, because it'll show up on this list, right? So you can see that this plane does not need it. Peace out, Amani Dan. Wait, Tondo, I thanked you for the sub, man. If you had to step away, that's on you, bro. No, but thank you, man. I appreciate it. Because another thing with ambulift too is you only start off with one equipment, right? So here's the equipment menu, right? So with ambulift, even in the airports you already have established, you only start off with one. So well, this is repair, whoops. But even at repair and ambulift, you only start off with one. So you might have to buy a few more. You might have to buy a few more. That's because it can happen quite often, or yeah, quite fast. So let us see here. All right, so what we have here, I'm going to show you guys now the second way Yo, Elmander, thank you for the follow. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the other way to schedule planes, and I'm going to explain why I like it too. So there's another way you can schedule planes to a stand, and that's by selecting the plane that's ready for arrival, and then selecting your stand. Right, you can select it like I just did. You can just select it from the stand selection list here, and then you click on this right here, this icon right here with the notepad and the pen, and this will show you the planner. What this will do is it'll show you all the planes that are scheduled to land at that stand. So you can see if there's a gap in that stand or not, like if there's like an hour gap, and so you could schedule something in there, or if there's no scheduled airplanes. And then you could click on this, and you could add the plane to your schedule right away. In my opinion, when you're like playing an existing airport, that's my favorite way to quickly assign planes to stands, because I can see exactly where that stand is. I can see what it looks like without having to memorize like where it's like what I-8 is. Like if you were to ask me tomorrow morning where I-8 is at Sydney, I wouldn't know. But if I go into the map here and I'm like, oh, I want it to assign it to this stand, I know where this stand is, you know, like I know that stand. So yeah, that's another way you can quickly assign a plane to your gate. So I'm going to show you one more time. You can click on your plane, any size plane. You click on the stand, select the stand, and then you click on add to schedule. And now that plane is added to your schedule. So if you go into your schedule over here, you can see that the SF-34 is scheduled to land at stand F8. The F-70 is scheduled to land at stand F9. And we can do this with all the planes. So we're going to do this with the small planes, or the B planes, so that way we can get this. And then I'm going to show you. Oh, okay. So that was really useful when I had stands that were unoccupied. But what do we do when it comes to other? Yeah, you can't assign planes when they're not occupied though, right? So I can't click on this plane here and try to like what's it called? I can't go to the 77W and then go to stand, what is this, stand I-25. I can't go to I-25 over here and like try to schedule it. So that strategy only works while you're live and actively assigning planes to stands. It doesn't work when the stand's already occupied. So that's the main bad part. But the way I do it is when I'm in an airport, like for the first 10 minutes that I'm in the airport, I'm manually assigning the plane stands. So that way, next time I come in, I know that these planes are going to the right spots and they're not overlapping. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into the plane. Actually, we're going to wait for this plane to fully push back. And then I'm going to schedule more of these planes in the planner. So that way we can really see another way, like another way that this is useful, right? So I told you 2 ways that it's useful. Actually, for the schedule. Oh, now I have to go into why this is useful, right? So let's schedule my A388. So this is my favorite way to schedule planes. It's by selecting it in the list, going to the stand that you want to unlock, adding it to schedule, confirming it. Usually I'll have like the approach manager on, and that'll just automatically land, right? So that is good. Let us enjoy this landing. Look at chat for a second. Brian Ho said, attention to details, that ground handling crew is now more realistic and move a lot more like a real person. Yo, I kind of feel like I noticed that, but I think they mentioned that in like what, devblog 28? No, it must have been 29, or maybe it was 27. It must have been 29. But I want to show this because this is important. Because I felt like this was something that's coming in the future, right? But they said over here, right, they have a motion tracking studio. So they launched their own motion mocap studio, and they're using it to upgrade handling crew animations. That's probably why we're seeing some better graphics there. I haven't really looked at it like that, so that's on me. I'm just like playing the game and like trying to like, you know, handle the wallers and understand some of the game mechanics. But I'll get to the point where I'm able to just enjoy. And that's another thing about the scheduler, is that I can really just like let the delivery manager do its thing and not have to worry about stands being occupied. You know, I can so yeah. What's up, Zealous? Yo, what's up, Alan Justine? Long time no stream, no time no see. I'm reading your text while here. You said you watched your beta stream, you don't know how scheduling system works, and then generic airports. Yeah, we're going through I'm gonna create a tutorial on the scheduling system. It's not too complicated, but it is different than what we're used to, right? So what we've done already was we've gone into here, we looked at the in-game tutorial, and we looked at the planner. Yo, Flamingo, thank you for gifting, what is that, 10 subs? Thank you for gifting 10 subs, Flamingo. That's really kind of you. I appreciate that. Oh, you claimed the L plane contract? My bad. All right. Oh, I forgot to accept this contract too. All right, guys, I'm gonna be super delayed on chats and everything because we're really just going through like tutorials. This is a live stream for YouTube, really, pretty much. Like we are going to be chatting with YouTube. Well, we're chatting with everybody, but we're really like making a video so that way you guys can learn how to use the scheduling system, and we're going through the updates. Usually my Saturday streams, I stream every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Not this Saturday, what is it, 24th or 25th? Not this Saturday, the 25th, because I'm going to be away. But every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern, we go live on Twitch and YouTube. And we usually end up chatting with, answering all your questions and doing all that. But yeah, what I want to do is I want to go back into tutorial mode here. So that way I can do more about the scheduling system and show you. So what we got here is the planner, right? So we're going to go back into the planner, and the hard part with the planner is, well, this is good because I don't have a lot of stands in my airport because this is a brand new airport. But with the planner, because we don't have a lot of stands, this is going to be super helpful. We could see where these planes are going to be going to. So we have this E plane, which is a Concorde. We can assign it here to stand D90C. Save it there. Let's look for more Concords. We have a Concorde here, which we could assign to D93A. We're going to assign the Concords first. That way I make sure that they are all predetermined where they're going to go. We got stand D13. Where's that one at? That's over here. Yep, right there. So we got this right here, D13. We got to scroll all the way to the bottom. Oh, I need to select the plane. Then we select D13, and that's going to be scheduled there. So now we still got a few more Concords. So now we I think those are all of our available E stands. So we're gonna go ahead and just keep stacking up Concords onto those stands. Now you see these stands over here I'm kind of avoiding because these are also F stands, and we do have a couple of F planes. So what I'm going to do too is when we have, I could filter it by F planes, and we can assign the F planes over here. So that way we make sure that only F planes are going to, or initially, like first F planes are going to be the first planes that land at these stands, because this is a brand new airport. I don't have unlimited stands. I only have 2 F stands. So I'm going to pre-assign all of the F planes to those 2 stands that I have. Now we also have cargo planes. I have a few cargo planes coming into land. How do I have an MD-11F already? That's nice. That's pretty cool. Who's that from? Monolithic Frog. Oh, to accept the contract. I need to accept the contract. Well, I'll accept it. That's weird. That is weird that it shows up as a scheduled a schedulable plane. Anyways, we're gonna look at the cargo terminal here, and the cargo terminal, right? I have a stand over here that has F. I don't have any F cargo planes though, so I have nothing to really worry about. So what we can do is we can schedule both of these planes to this stand, and we can schedule the MD-11F to the stand that only has E, because MD-11F is a D plane. So you can see here at BKK. Alright, cool. So those are all my cargo planes. Now we got to go back to passenger planes. But before we go back there, I want to handle these planes, make sure we're making some progress. I'll push back the planes. Let's make sure we're pushing back, lining up, pushing back. I think it's time to start to turn on some tower managers. I'm not going to turn on the arrival sequence. I want to see which way these planes land. I don't think I have any planes favorited right now, but let's see. We're gonna go to this active. Yeah, all my favorites got deleted accidentally. Usually I have the Concords hearted and any other special planes like the DH-64, the A225, things like that. But you're not gonna see a DH-64 from another player here at Sydney. Let's keep going. Look at that noodle, the 3 different Concords, nice. Right, and we accept Concords for free here because with the Concorde, really, what do we get with the Concorde? You get sped up air times. The air travel is a lot faster on the Concorde, so it makes it better, a lot easier for us to handle when it comes to potentially handling it multiple times during one single stream. All right, this F-70 did not need Ambulift. So I want to see what is the next plane that's going to land here, because actually it should be an SF-34 because I did approve those for landing. I did clear those to land earlier. So once this plane here takes off, we should see an SF-34 landing. Or it's a DH-8D. Maybe I signed that one first or before the stream started or something, like last week. But all right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going with the scheduling system because we need to schedule these planes, right? So now we have all of these E planes, right? So we need to schedule these E planes. Do I have any more Concords? I do. So we're gonna keep scheduling the Concords because I want to handle the Concords first. We look for all of these E stands that are available, which are just a few. And look at here, right? Remember, we also have this cargo terminal. Let me save it real quick, because if this cargo terminal at Sydney was turned into a combined stand. So they can handle both passenger and cargo. So all of these stands here are passenger and cargo stands. So you definitely want to prioritize cargo planes if you have a lot of them, because you do have another cargo terminal here which can handle what's it, like up to E planes. You have 83, 84, and 85, which are E stands, but having the combined stand over here is going to be pretty helpful. But I'm not going to assign Concords there yet. If I do assign planes there, it's going to be manually assigned. But for now, we're just going to keep scheduling Concords for the different stands, and then I'll let you know my next tip. All right, we got to schedule these Concords, not down there. I think once we're at 5, and look at this. This is interesting. A lot of these Concords are like coming from BKK or Nagoya. I mean, those are like, oh, and there's a Muscat? No. But you'll see here, after handling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Concords in a row, then this HSWKQ, which is the first Concorde that I'm handling, if Mert was online right now and playing this, after he received it. So round trip is 2 hours, right? Or an hour 50 minutes. If Mert was to handle this in what's half that time, which is what, 55 minutes. If he was to handle, like if I handled this plane now, 55 minutes, he handled it immediately. Then as soon as I finish handling this last Concorde at this stand, I only have to wait 24 minutes. And if I assign one more Concorde to this stand, it's only a 2-minute wait before I have to wait for the next plane to come in. So that means that this stand is probably at capacity, theoretically, right? If everybody was playing on time and live. So that's where this scheduling feature works really well if you're playing with non-players, because you can guarantee that a non-player plane is going to come back. You can't really guarantee that a player plane is going to come back on time, but still it's good to know what that gap is and how much time you have between plane handlings. So over here we got 2-minute gap. So let's save this and let's handle some more planes. We got the plane scheduled to land, right? Oh, so remember, I don't have the delivery manager turned on. So what's going to end up happening here is I still have to clear or confirm the stand that this plane is going to. So I went to the Concorde, and here we got this Concorde. Now, even if a plane, here's another Concorde, we're going to clear it to land, and the third Concorde. Now, even if I were to go to another Concorde, oh, I assigned all the stands. Never mind. Oh, I haven't signed any seaplanes yet. Let's go to seaplanes, but let's make sure all of these planes are good to go. Push back. Back. Nice. I think I need the ground manager on. Get my free silver planes. Yeah, I think we're going to turn on the approach manager for like 20 more minutes. We're going to turn on the ground manager for 20 minutes. And I'm going to turn on the departure manager for 10. Alright. Am I playing CNN today? If time allows me to. I really just want to like focus on the tutorial. Yeah, I am going to go to CNN for a little bit, for sure. I technically have you guys vote for it, which I guess we should do. I'll have you guys vote for unlocking CNN, but I think it makes sense for us to unlock CNN since it's a generic airport, and this is my stream only account. So on this account, I think it makes the most sense to like have that generic airport to be connected, because then it should be a quicker airport to play, and CNN is pretty interesting. All right. Anyways, what we got here, we're gonna go to the hearted planes. Okay, we got the Concordes landing. I thought I had more Concordes. Do I not have them all hearted? Ready to land, ready to land. Oh. Where did all the other Concordes go? Might need to refresh my game. I might need to refresh my game. Flamingo said the DH64 Comet Chrome livery looks cool. Yeah, it definitely does. Peace out, Mike. Thank you for being here. Having a call sign fleet is actually a big advantage with this schedule planner. That makes a lot of sense, because then you could really easily tell which planes are like going where they're going, right? So that makes a lot of sense. All right, what we want to do, here's a plane, right, that is assigned a stand, right? This is that 77WF. It's already assigned a stand, so it's already scheduled for a stand, so we're gonna see the schedule here. We can always assign it to a different stand if we want it to temporarily, but you can't reassign it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and confirm now that the approach manager is going to take care of landing that for me. So yeah, one thing I like about it though is like we have these planes that are departing now, right? We have this plane here from Phat Empire that's going to, who is this going to? This is going to Hammy. So I can go and this is a VHGPW, right? This was actually like one of the first ones we assigned, right? So VHGPW. So once this plane leaves, you'll see it's going to move to like, it's going to move it from the front of this list to the back of the list. And then that's going to also allow me to see how many more planes I have left to handle here. So once we get all of these planes assigned, it's going to really help us with understanding how much time do we have to play in this airport. Right, here's Adam Cack. Which is this the next one on the schedule? It is. That's pretty cool. We also have a 748 over here that's part of the schedule. But we're gonna which is it this one? No, it's not this one. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. This is another thing I wanted to show you about the scheduling system. So this plane right here, this 748, is scheduled for stand I-25, which is this where this A388 is right here. But I can still assign it to another stand if I want to, right? It's not going to change the schedule, but it still allows me to land it. So that's going to be really cool. The departure manager will also assign it to available stands if there's no other plane in the schedule on that stand. So that's really cool things to keep in mind. Let's see, did the other Concords show up yet? That's crazy. They say they're all here, so we're gonna close it and reopen it. You can make sentences out of your call signs. That's pretty funny. That's pretty awesome. Alan asked, so through this planner, we don't have to assign delivery manager forever. So the delivery, you're gonna need the delivery manager if you don't want to manually assign the planes, right? So even though, let's see. Did we get, nope, we got Ghost Concorde somehow. Anyways, yeah, so look at this, right? So we have, trying to find a plane that's scheduled. Okay, we have this 748 that's scheduled to land, right? So the delivery manager you're still gonna have to go in here and click on a stand, or not click on a stand and just hit, confirm, right? If we go to the 77LF, I still have to click confirm, right? So the delivery manager will do that for you. So you can still find some use out of the delivery manager, and the scheduling feature is going to help you with that, because what it's going to do is going to make sure that certain planes are only going to certain stands unless there's no other plane that can go to that stand, right? So if I turn on the delivery manager now, I'm not going to do that right now because I have too many planes that are not scheduled, and I want to still show some of the scheduling systems so we could work on it. But if I were to turn the delivery manager on right now, what it would do is it would assign a plane to this stand, which is what, stand I-8. It would probably assign, this A388 or this 748 or this A388 so it can land next without me having to go into the list, find it, and click on it. So yeah, that's where the delivery manager, you still might use it. You might not need to, because ultimately it's going to be pretty easy. You just click on a plane and you say, okay, this was available. You just click on a plane and hit confirm. Boom, now I'm done. Now I wait for the approach manager to do it. So it's totally up to you, right? How you want to work that. But that's just what my advice right now. This is harder than I thought, man. Void time is what, 4 a.m. now? 4:14? Late, bro. It's late. Go to sleep. I appreciate you being here though. Like, don't get me wrong. It's pretty cool that you wanted to show up. I appreciate the support, man. All right, let's keep scheduling some planes. So my favorite way to schedule planes is by clicking the plane, clicking the stand, click on this editor right here, add to schedule. Oh, but I only have one C stand. That's crazy. So we have some more available stands here. so we can go ahead and add some of this SF34 to the schedule. We have an F70, which is an event plane. You cannot assign stands, cannot assign an event plane or a random player arrival to a stand. It just doesn't work. There's no option here, but you can still see the planner. So that's pretty cool. You can see if there's a gap in between handlings. I'm going to go ahead and start handling these planes. And all right, got some Ghost Concords, which is interesting. We got the departure manager is about to time out, so we're going to go ahead and extend that. That's fine. And we got the approach manager that's still landing planes. Let's take a look at a different angle here, and let's watch for some planes landing. We got the Concorde over here. No ambulift. That's probably because it's at a jet bridge, right? Got this plane over here, which is still taxiing. Let's play the parking mini game. All right, so I got. Let me see. So why is the stand manager, or why is the scheduling system useful? One of the things is that like the plane is always going to be assigned to that stand first, right? So you're gonna make sure that certain planes go to certain stands. Now you can kind of do that inadvertently by disabling certain sizes, right? But now you can make sure that your cargo planes go to cargo like combined stands first, right? Especially in an airport like here at Sydney, where you have combined stands, where you have like a cargo plane over here, for example. Yeah, you have combined stands where you can have a passenger plane or a cargo plane. So depending upon what your contracts look like, you might have too many passenger planes. So you might be okay with having passenger planes only there, right? You might have too many cargo planes. So you might want to prioritize cargo planes over here. So that's going to be super important with those combined stands. You know, another thing too is like with these, you want to disable some of these stands too. Some of these stands might block other stands. So you have like this stand over here. Oh, sorry. You have over here this D90C, right? So what I could do here is I could disable, even though I didn't buy the B stand, I could disable the A stand over here, and that will ensure that this stand right here is never blocked by D90 or D91. It's always going to be using D90C. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be super important. You might want to do that for 93 and 92A and 94. We could do that right now. But that way, 93A is the only stand that's going to be used, essentially. So this course, the schedule, the disabling stands is, we all kind of knew that was going to be a great feature as soon as it was announced. You know, we were waiting for that for a long time, since like WoA 1.0. Now, another thing too is planes will be quickly assigned to the assigned stand, right? So you saw that many times. Once we got an available plane waiting for arrival and a stand opened up, that stand was the first one to be selected. So that made it real easy for us to manually assign planes. That's why the scheduling manager is so great too. Another reason is you could see what planes have arrived. So I could see here, we handled some of this, a small plane, right? Actually, it's still waiting to take off. We have, so my A388, right? I sent my A388, or my 748. It's flying to BKK. Why hasn't this list updated? Alright, well, we'll see what happens after I handle this A388 over here. But I know in the beta, what was happening, and the same thing with this SF34. Let's see, are they still taking off? The SF34 is gone too. Oops, sorry. Use my finger. So this one's at Sydney. This one is at Sydney. This one's ETA. So yeah, I'm guessing this is not working. But what would happen before is this box right here where it says 1 hour 8 minutes would move to the front, and then I would be able to quickly glance and see that that this stand was unoccupied for 1 hour 8 minutes. Now it should tell me 56 minutes, but that is not working properly. That's interesting. So I can totally see why people might be a little confused there. All right, so what I'm doing here, oh, here we go. I found another plane that's assigned to this stand, and we're gonna take a look here. Go to the tab that says, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, such a noob mistake there, but thank you. It's brand new, right? TJ Bay, thank you so much. TJ Bay up here says, go to the tab that says schedule. Of course, if you're in the planner, it's not gonna update the plan. The plan stays the same. The planner is supposed to tell you what it looks like in an ideal situation. The schedule is what's happening right now. So let's see. We saw that F70. There we go. Thank you. So you'll see here, like stand F9 completely unoccupied by a scheduled plane for 55 minutes. F10 unoccupied for 5 more minutes. F12 for 12 more minutes. So that's going to be super helpful especially when I'm done handling these larger planes, because then I can understand, okay, I can switch airports for, an hour or however much time before I go handle more planes. Let us make sure we're good to go here. Claim rewards and upgrade. What's the most profitable E-plane right now? I don't know, man. I can tell you which planes are not profitable, but when it comes to profitability, like honestly, like all of them make you money. And I'm not at the point, like I'm not worried about trying to like maximize my profits, even when I'm on a brand new account or brand new airport, because ultimately I'll take whatever I can get when it comes to like the premium pass, because I'll get the premium pass. Probably I would say like the 744 is probably your best bang for your buck, because with the 744 it's like not super expensive on gold planes. But actually, let's take a look, because they updated a few planes, right, in this update. So we have the E135, brand new plane, which is available for 3 gold planes, and then it has all the liveries available, right? So we have basic 1, basic 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, premium 1, premium 2, premium 3, 4, 5, 6, supreme 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got the E140, which is 4 gold planes, again all the liveries. We have the E145, which is new for this update. All right, we have a B752, but I think I have that unlocked already. So let's go to that, because that was updated. Now we got the Supreme liveries. F. All right. What else do we get? Got MD11, right? That was I think the last one, and a DH64. So we gotta go to MD11. Oh, we got a 753. DH64 refurbished. Yeah, chrome. No, Flamingo mentioned earlier that she liked the chrome, so that's cool. Okay, we got the Comet there. We got the MD11, which is 44 gold planes. By the way, the DH64 did not change in price, so that's pretty cool. MD11, okay, let's go through these. All right, and the MD11F. What else we got? We got so now the question was about like what's the best E-plane, right? Look through 835K, pretty decent, like pretty great, because I'm not sure about profitability, but I know it can get you long distance, and the longer distance you have, the more money you're gonna get on a flight in general, right? 789 is a versatile plane. You could use it on a lot of things, a lot of routes, so that's gonna be useful, right? Because if you get routes, if you get different destinations, it's gonna get you some more flexibility to like with profitability. You know, this is a 744 I was mentioning before, only 28 gold planes, so still pretty cheap, you know. I guess those are the ones I would go for when it comes to E-planes. Yep. So all right, let's get back to handling, because my tower manager is expired, which is not great, but we got to handle some planes. So let's handle some planes. All right, this is a SF-34. It looks like it's already scheduled to land. It's probably just came back, so we're gonna go ahead and schedule that or approve it to land. We got this F-70, which I forgot to turn on the ramp agent. Oops. What else we got? Oh, we got some stands available, open. So let's click on the heart, and let's see. We got this Concorde that's scheduled for this stand, so we're gonna go ahead and confirm it for landing. And then we need more handling crew. So I mean, one thing I could do, because I need more handling crew, is I could buy more stands, right? Which is what I did here. That's why I have a bunch of A stands over here, because I just wanted some handling crew. So I just bought the A stands. We can buy over here some A stands, because that's going to get us handling crew, so we can handle another plane at the same time. And now what you can do too is you can disable certain sizes, so that way you don't accidentally schedule an A plane to that stand. So that's pretty exciting. We got this here, which we're gonna do 10 people to. All right, looking good. All right, let me see here. Rick Rashid said, thanks Flamingo for the gifted membership. That's awesome, man. The biggest stand at CNN is a D stand. That's right. Is the C-17 worth it? Yes and no. I mean, it's only 17 gold planes, right? I think it is getting it is getting a remodel soon, so it's going to increase in price with the remodel. But I mean, with cargo planes, you can't adjust how much cargo capacity you have. So like whatever cargo you have, like wherever destinations it can go to, that's it, right? So it's not like passenger planes where you can add more first class or add more business class, play with the profitability that way. Like cargo planes are just like, that's it. I think they're getting reworked eventually, but you can't count on eventually. You have to count on what's happening now, right? So D17 is pretty cool. I'd probably go with like a 77 LF instead, but I mean, I know it's so much more in gold planes, which makes it hard to like recommend planes nowadays, because like you have one plane that's 17 gold planes and then you have another one that's like 56. It's like, I'm gonna recommend the one that's 17, you know, like it gets the job done. But it also depends on what airports you want to go to, and I don't have everything memorized as far as like where it can go to or not. So but I do use the C-17 at like IAD. I have a C-17 at like LHR. At Leipzig, of course, I have some C-17s. So yeah, definitely doable there. Yo, Sammy, thank you for resubscribing for 6 months, bro. Theo Likes Playing says, I did the email contract thing. I never got a response after the first email. We have not sent out an email contract lately. I have been traveling. So maybe I should be sending you guys updates on email about this too. My bad for like not keeping you informed. But yeah, I was doing travel last week. I'm doing some travel this week. And then also additionally, you know, I was beta testing 3.3.0, so really hard for me to send contracts, because I was at one point I was on the developer server and not on the gameplay server, so I couldn't even send contracts or do any contracts. There's a lot of things happening. We did do an email giveaway about 2 or 3 weeks ago, which we directed people to Discord, and the people who responded back we're slowly sending out those planes as we go on, but we're gonna resume them soon. It's just kind of tough because when it comes to contracts, right? You have to have the contract capacity, which is a hard thing because you can only buy 4 additional contract capacity using silver planes every 48 hours. That's not a lot. That's 2 per day. And then you can buy an additional 15 contract capacity every 24 hours, which is still not a lot when I'm getting hundreds and hundreds of requests, right? So I'm buying contract capacity as often as I can, as fast as I can. So that's the number one constraint when it comes to my email contracts, is the contract capacity. But not only that, I need to have the wallers. I need to have wallers so I can afford to buy every single person who requests a plane. And usually that's not a problem because I have so many planes and I play so often that I just continuously make more and more money. But my number one problem is the contract capacity at some of these airports. If you guys saw the preview stream on Saturday, I have over 1,000 contracts at my LHR and I barely have any free slots. I'm buying free slots as often as I can, as much as I can, but anybody who sends me a request to my main account's LHR, I accept your request. I don't look to see how active people are, which I might have to start doing because I'm at my contract limits, but I don't want to do that, you know. I did request to the developers. I asked the developers, I'm like, developers, I said, Kuba-san, I would love to see a way, especially with the scheduling manager now, because we have the schedule here. I would love to see if, since this plane is flying, like you see the little flying icon, this plane is flying to Sydney. I would love to be able to see how long this plane has been away from me. I know it could be like, I did ask the developers to see that. I don't remember what they said because it's not important and it's not something I would share anyways. But I know I did share it with them, which is like, I'm happy I did that because I want to know how long these planes have been away. But I also am kind of worried because I think that could turn a little toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that some people might use that information to like cancel contracts with other players or do things like that, like where like, oh, you're not handling enough and now we're gonna cancel your contract. Like, I don't know if that's in the spirit of the game, but in the same way, it's like there is a certain time limit where it's like, if you haven't played in a month, you're probably not going to play again in the next couple of weeks, right? So it's like, where do you find that line? And I guess everybody has their own line when it comes to it, which is why I want that feature in place. But anyways, yeah. Now that the scheduling feature is there, I would love to be able to see something like that that tells me, okay, this plane's been away for, you know, X amount of days. All right. So that is the scheduling manager, scheduling system. I went through all the features I want to talk about. You know, we talked about the in-game tutorial. We talked about the planner. Right? We went to in-game tutorial, which you can go through. Hold on. Need to extend these managers again. I do want to go to CNN as well, but you guys do need to vote for it, because decisions on this account is made by both of us, by you and me. By me, by making the poll available to you, but you guys have to poll yes or no. So, should I unlock CNN? Yes, no. 2 minutes. No, we're gonna make it a 3-minute poll. All right, and then you guys on YouTube, you're gonna get a poll too. Start a poll. Should I? There we go. Poll is up, guys. So should I unlock CNN? While we're doing that, and you guys are voting, I'm going to recap what we talked about with the scheduling manager. So with the scheduling manager, we went over the in-game tutorial. You can click the question mark on the top right to go through the in-game tutorial all over again. You got the planner. The planner is going to be really cool, especially as you start to unlock more and more stands at the airport. But it'll allow you to manually schedule some planes into your airport. We also went through the way you can manually assign. So you can go through your list of planes that need landing already, and you can click on a stand, click on this icon right here, which will show the planner, and you can add the schedule. Once you hit confirm, that plane will then be confirmed for landing, but also confirmed onto your schedule for that stand. So that's another way you can add planes to your schedule and into your stand, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, there's a Concorde. You can still always manually assign planes, even on a stand that they don't belong in, so that's fine. Like, nothing really changes there. And then you got the schedule. And then you got the schedule. The schedule is pretty cool because the schedule over here will tell you what the gap is looking like, right? So, for example, at stand D90C right now, I have to handle 1, 2, 3, 4 more Concordes before clearing out my queue of Concordes, let alone all my other D or E planes or F planes. If you see over here on I-25, I'm looking a little bit better because at I-25 I only have a 748 scheduled here, and once I handle that, I have a 4-hour gap before another plane is scheduled to land there. So it lets you get an idea of like how much time you have between handlings. Really helpful when you're handling non-player planes, but it also is helpful for player planes, because over here you could see that these planes aren't returning for another 30 minutes, well, 10 to 30 minutes. I can also see I have a plane available here. One thing I did not talk about is this filter button. There's a filter button on the bottom left, which will just clear out all the empty non-assigned stands. So that's the schedule feature, and this is going to be super useful because planes will be automatically assigned to your stand, the stand that they belong to, when you're using the delivery manager. So the delivery manager is going to assign planes. Hold on. The delivery manager is going to assign planes to the stand that they're assigned to first. If there's other planes, if there are stands that are available that don't have any more planes that are scheduled for that stand, then the delivery manager will start scheduling other planes to that stand, but only when that is happened. planes will also be quickly selected to the assigned stand. So you'll see here, I already assigned this Concorde to stand D93A. So even though this stand is occupied, it's still defaulted there. I still have the option to assign it to stand 16A if I wanted to, which I'm going to do. You could also see what planes have arrived, which planes are being handled, which ones need to land, and which ones are away. You go to the schedule here, and you can see that I have all these Concordes waiting to land. I have this plane that's in the air, these planes that are in the air. And then once I have planes, oh look, another plane just took off, I guess. I can't even tell. This plane is ready for takeoff, right? So I need to do something over here right here, claim rewards. So you can quickly see what planes have arrived, which planes are being handled, which need to land, and which ones are away. And then you could also see how much time is left before arrivals come. So like over here, I have 4-hour gap over there. Actually, I could probably assign another seaplane over there, right? Let us do, I did a lot of MERT today already. Mercurial Justice. We can add it to schedule, and now that plane is scheduled to land at that stand. Alright, and then one other thing, benefit about the stand manager is that you can place planes at beneficial stands, right? So, for example, for me, it might make a lot, well, you might want to have a lot of D and E planes scheduled on this side of the runway. Oh my gosh. You might want to have a bunch of D and E planes scheduled over here, because the E planes that are parked over here also depart from this runway, right? And this runway over here is used for both landings and departures. So the more planes that you can have landing on this side of the runway, the better it is usually for your operations, right? So maybe that could be one thing that you keep in mind. Having a lot more maybe Concordes, planes that handle fast on that side, so that way you can get planes in and out. Maybe those smaller D planes and fast handling you have on this side of the runway. The G stand, you have a G stand over here. Make sure your G planes are scheduled for that G stand. Favorite your A225s, so that way they land first. Turn on the approach manager, or if you turn on the approach manager, turn on the prefer favorite airplanes. That way that plane lands first. Really beneficial in an airport like IAD, where you have stands, I think it's 6, 7, and 8. I think it's X6, X7, and X8. Or it might be 7, 8, 9. I don't know. I don't have it memorized. But the stand in the middle is a G stand, and if you have any planes on the other side of that stand, you can't have any plane the G plane land. So something really important when it comes to that, you can place important planes at beneficial stands. So yeah, that's why I like the scheduling manager. I'm enjoying it. I'm sure I'm going to see a lot more other ways that we all use it. So if you guys have ways that like I didn't mention here, and you're using it a different way that I didn't talk about, or that I might not have thought about, you can just let me know in the comments, or let me know in the Phat Airlines Discord. And I'm always open to like learning about how different people play the game differently, right? I know there are some people out there who play like only player contracts. That's like me. There's some people out there who do only non-player contracts. There's some people out there that try to do real life simulation, right? So that's one thing you can do now probably too, is you can have like United airplanes land at the correct terminal at IAD, or British Airways, right, landing at the correct terminal at LHR. So I'm sure people are already getting that started. So all right, that is the scheduling system. I hope you guys learned a little bit from that. I hope that helped out. If you still have questions, let me know right now in the comments, because I want to hear you guys. But yeah, thank you guys. We're going to go to CNN shortly. I think, let me see what the results look like, because I didn't even pay attention. 100% said yes on Twitch, and 87% said yes on YouTube. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and unlock CNN. We're going to wait for this plane to park, because I don't want to wait for it to land again. Because when you exit an airport before the plane is parked, then that airplane is going to have to land all over again. So it's important to me, at least, for like these larger planes, especially when they have a much longer taxi time in general, to make sure that they get to their stand before we exit the airport. That way, next time we come in, all I got to do is start handling. I don't have to wait for it to land again. This plane is probably going to push back, so I could probably schedule another plane to land. I'm not going to wait for that other plane to land, though. Actually, I'm not going to schedule another plane to land. Because what if my A388 comes back by the next time I play Sydney? My A388 made me like 12 or 13,000 wallers, man. That was a big jump. Really big help. Alright, cool. What's up, Cody OF758? Nice to see you. What's up, Dan the Aviator? Is Phat reading chat? I was not before, no. So yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm like this live stream is like really made for like YouTube today, because like I want to show people how to use it, because there's a lot of confusion about the scheduling system and like generic airports. So I want to like talk to the people who are watching the replay. Even though I'm like an hour and a half, so there's a few people who watch like all the way through. But I'm gonna cut the video into like shorter videos, so that way it's all together and it makes sense. But yeah, the scheduling system, there's a lot of confusion around it, so I wanted to focus the first part of this. And because anytime I do like those kind of tutorial stuff, it's hard for me to like do chat at the same time. So in between, like while we're waiting for things to happen, that's when we'll talk to chat. But like every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we are always talking to chat. Like pretty much like every single stream, we're not doing like tutorial videos. We're not doing anything like that. We're just hanging out, chilling, answering your questions. So you can join me every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We stream on Twitch and YouTube. This Saturday though, I'm not going to be home this Saturday. So this Saturday is going to be changed. There's not going to be a stream, but every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern we do a live stream, guys. So love to see you there, love for you to join us, and I hope you do. I'm reading chat right now, sorry guys. Also, wasn't there a change for fleet planes in terms of sending to a destination? Yeah, that's in the bug fixes, which I would consider it more of a new feature, but I guess it's a bug fix or improvement. But right here, destination selection confirmation updated. Only Wallers and Silver airplanes are now required to increase contract slots on destinations with full contract capacity. It no longer costs Gold airplanes. So I think I saw a picture here before. Maybe I think it was in VIP chat. Yeah, over here. So you see here, this guy. This is Fleeting Negligence. Fleeting has 5 out of 4 contracts, passenger contracts, going from their SCL to Washington IAD. So normally, if you were to try to do this in version 3.2 or before, this would cost you 1 Gold plane, and then that cost would actually go up every single time. But now, when you're buying a new or sending another random contract to an airport, it's going to cost you Silver airplanes. I'm very excited about this. Because one, it's going to allow me to send a lot more planes on random contracts, because I want to be more popular than Defoe, you know? I don't know if that's ever going to happen, because now Defoe has unlimited contracts too, but not unlimited. You have to pay for them in Silver planes. But then again, on my main account, I have 3.9 million Silver planes. So this gives my Silver planes a purpose, you know? I can send more random contracts, which then also mean I get more contracts in general. So yeah, I'm excited to try it out. You're gonna see a lot more random arrivals, hopefully, of Phat Airlines and the Phat Recon. All right. This Concorde is taxing. This is leaving. This is taxing. This is parked. All right, we're good. Then the Concorde over here is taxing, but we're not going to wait for that Concorde. We're going to change airports and we're going to unlock CNN. So CNN, our first generic airport in World of Airports. And it is a pretty interesting airport. If we look right now, you'll see here, right now it's locked. 4 gold planes to unlock, 16 stands up to a D stand, and 16 passenger stands up to a D, and 4 cargo stands up to a D. If we click on XP, you can see what that premium pass looks like in the free pass. You get some Wallers, some airplanes, some handling crew, some silver planes, and it just repeats, you know, some contract capacity, so 2 gold planes over here. So remember, you're paying 4 gold planes to unlock this airport, right? So you're gonna get 2, well, actually 1 for free. 2 is what the premium pass, but you also have to pay gold planes for. So you get 1 gold plane for free there. You get 1,000 currency, 2,000 if you have the premium pass. Here's a second gold plane. You get 2,000 currency, another 2,000 with the premium, 2,500, another 2,500. So you got enough to buy 10 gold planes and silver planes from this if you get the premium pass. Here's a third gold plane. So if you buy this airport and you're only playing the free pass, you're really only paying 1 gold plane at the end. And the way I look at it is, if you have more airplanes you can handle, then you're going to get more silver planes, right? Because you have to handle airplanes in order to get silver planes. And then you trade in 10,000 silver planes for 10 gold planes every single week, or as often as you can. The most often you can do it is 1 week. But if it takes you longer, always save for the 10 gold planes, because this is the best bang for your buck. You'll see here I have 7,784. I am not buying the 1. I'm saving for the 10. Anyways, I think it's a good deal because it might help you get more silver planes. But at the same time, it's like if you don't have St. Martin, you might be better off unlocking St. Martin. But then again, I'm not a fan of telling people to unlock these other airports, because you can just complete level 55 in Leipzig and unlock St. Martin for free. But CNN, because it's a generic airport, there is no path to unlocking it for free. So this is an airport that everybody has to pay gold planes in order to unlock. So we're gonna have to wait and see, but I'm thinking that it might be worth it to unlock. I'm already going to unlock it. You guys voted on yes. And let's take a look here. So this CNN airport gets 1.3 million passengers. Here are the coordinates. It's 76 meters and established in 2018. It's India's newest greenfield airport, serving the Malabar region and Gulf expats. All right, let's play the airport. And just a reminder with the generic airports. Generic airports are meant to bring smaller airports into the game quickly without inflating the game size. Generic airports are marked in a different color on the world map compared to other playable airports. They can be unlocked independently from other playable airports, and 3D visualization and layout of generic airports are not accurate compared to real-world counterparts, and they also include limited reward levels. They also have, you know, the planes that belong to that here. So, all right, let's do a tour of CNN Airport. So, CNN Airport is our first generic airport, and it also is our first airport that has variable landing, right? So the landing runway will change based on the actual wind in real life. So if you go to like the METAR's website, which I got this from the devs, METAR-TAF, and then this is it. We're gonna verify I'm human. And you can see here, which way the wind is coming. And because of that, we should be using runway 25. So is that what's happening right now? Using runway 7. Weird. Maybe something was a little out, messed up. But this airport will use different runway directions based on the real life data. So maybe when I loaded in, it may have been a little bit different. It may have cached some data. Maybe if I actually, let's see what happens if I close the game and reopen it. Go. Let's see if we land at 20. What is it? 20, 25. Oh, not sure. I'm gonna have to check with the devs, but I know how it worked before and during the beta is I did notice that the runways did change. So sometimes the planes would land at runway 7. Sometimes the planes would land at runway 25. It's supposed to be based on real life data, but maybe that seems like it's a little off right now. No worries, there could be like server things that are happening. Typically World of Airports developers get that fixed real quick. But anyways, yeah, so this is going to be pretty interesting because you'll see the paths kind of change. You have a path for landing for the small planes, and then when it comes this way, there's a path for the small planes that way. But also, that also impacts the taxiing for departures, right? So different planes, like the way a seaplane, for example, or a D plane, they're going to have to depart. They're going to go up this path. They're going to go up the runway, turn around, and then depart. Whereas if the departure runway was 25 or the landing and departure runway was 25, the active runway was 25, the C and D plane would follow this path where my mouse is and would go up here, and it would depart without having to turn around on the runway. So in some ways, it's going to be pretty interesting because is it better to like play CNN Airport when runway 25 is the active runway? Probably. But is that like the only time you're going to play this airport? Probably not. But still, something pretty cool to keep an eye on. We have CNN Airport, which is a generic airport. We have stands 1 through 12. And stands 1 has 1A, which is D, which also deactivates 1 and 2. So remember, we have the new scheduling feature, which also lets us disable stands sizes. So we can do that if we want to purposefully, make sure that one stand is dedicated to D planes only, right? You got stands 2A, 3, 3A, 4, 4A, 5, 6. So I like stand 7, I like stand 8, and I think 9. Because 7, 8, and 9, they're A, B, and C stands. See if we could change our angle here. Yeah, 7, 8, and 9, they are passenger stands, and they're A, B, and C planes, but they don't block a D stand, or they're not blocked by a D plane. So what I would recommend if you're starting off CNN for the first time is make stand 7, 8, or 9 one of the first stands that you purchased and unlock, which I'm going to do right now. So we're going to unlock stand 7 as a B stand, so that way I can handle a few more B planes here. But so that way when I do unlock some D planes, stand 7 will always be active and available for use. Now we have stand 10, 11, and 12, which are also passenger stands. So you can also do the same thing with 10, 11, and 12. And then you have the cargo area. So the cargo is $15,000. And you get cargo 1, cargo 2, cargo 3, and cargo 2A. 2A blocks cargo 2 and cargo 3. But it is the only D stand for cargo planes at CNN. So I don't know how much of a rush you'll be into unlocking the cargo terminal, but when you do unlock the terminal, you do get 1 extra handling crew and 1 extra handling slot, which could be helpful in a lot of ways. But I would focus more on passenger planes until maybe you get like a random arrival or something that really makes you need to unlock that cargo plane. But I wouldn't rush the cargo stands at all. So let's go ahead and keep handling here, and let's actually, oh yeah, Sammy, thank you for all the contracts, man. I don't know if I have this many, I don't have that much contract capacity, but hold on. Let's see what we get here. We got SpiceJet and Indonesian Airlines. So we got M-plane contract. Let's go ahead and accept that. We got another M-plane contract. We got another M-plane contract. All right, cool. So take a look at CNN Airport, right? It's a generic airport, not accurate. Remember what we said, right? So we have the hangar over there. We got like a little section over here for like what, business jets or general aviation. And this is the airport. It's like a small little like Innsbruck almost. But I feel this is the way most of these airports, generic airports, are going to look, I believe. They're not going to have too much detail. They're going to be really plain, not really a lot of action going on. But we are going to see different airplanes coming here, right? We're seeing Air India coming in, right? Air India Express. So you're going to see different airplanes, different liveries, and I think it's going to help a lot for the development of bigger airports, because in between they can make a smaller airport. Because one of the challenges I believe that World of Airports runs into when making updates is not only do they have to introduce like and build a whole airport, which includes like the taxiway system, and now with the changing of the runways, they got to do a taxi system multiple times for the airport if they continue doing that, which I hope they do. But they also have to create separate liveries for each plane that arrives. You know, so when they're doing like a new area, a new part of the world, or a new country, there's going to be different local planes there. You might not have too many different regional or international planes. Like those regional and international planes probably stay consistent, but the local planes, they have to create every single one. And then when they add new plane models, they need to add an update across the world for those too. So just some understanding and empathy and like feeling for them for like all the work they have to do. Okay, now we at the CNN pass here. We reached level 1. Level 1, we get 15,000 currency, and the premium pass does cost 10 gold planes. Now I think, let's see, you paid 4 gold planes for the airport, and then you're paying 10 gold planes for the premium pass. So that's 14 gold planes. So we already kind of established before, we get 2, 4, I'm counting gold planes, 6 gold planes just for playing through the airport, right? So that means you still have to make another 8 gold planes, right? So how are you going to make another 8 gold planes from the premium pass? I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, if you just value handling crew at 45 gold planes for 3 or for 5, you're making your money back just from this, right? From actually, well, you're not quite getting 5 on the premium pass, but you're making your money back. But like some people, they don't count handling crew, right? So you're getting 500 silver planes there. You're getting another 1,000, so that's 1,500 silver planes. Then you get another 2,000 right here, so that's 3,500 total silver planes. Then you get another 4,000 here, which is 7,500 total. And then you get another 5,000 silver planes. So 7,500 plus 5,000 is 12,500 silver planes. And what can you do with 10,000 silver planes? You can trade it for 10 gold planes. So you're going to make a net profit of 2 gold planes just from playing this airport, guys. Just from playing this airport. So should you unlock this airport? Only if you're going to play it. If you're not going to play it, don't unlock it. And get the premium pass. Get the premium pass, because if you're going to play the airport, you might as well get the premium pass, because then you could get the silver planes that allow you to get the 10 gold planes easily for the week. So you can even take a week off and not have to play and still trade in your silver planes for gold planes. So yeah, does anybody disagree with me? I think the math works, but you know, I know sometimes the math can work, but logically or realistically it might not work, right? So do you have any thoughts there, any ideas? Nick, what's up? Nick War Thunder says, isn't that cheaper than St. Martin? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you're talking about the premium pass, yes, the premium pass is cheaper, but there are a lot fewer levels than St. Martin. If you're talking about unlocking the airport, no. St. Martin and CNN cost the same amount of gold planes to unlock. They're both 4 gold planes, but I do not recommend unlocking main airports, because you can always unlock a main airport for free. You know, you just have to play Leipzig to level 55 to unlock St. Martin. You know, you just have to go through some of the levels at your airport in order to unlock the next airport for free. There are a lot of things in this game you can't unlock for free, and you can only buy using gold planes, which include this generic airport CNN, right? So right now I'm thinking that I can recommend unlocking CNN. I don't know how much fun it will be, right? But just thinking about how much gold planes you're paying for it and how much you're going to earn back. You're going to earn back, I think it's like I said, 6 gold planes total. So you're going to get 6 gold planes if you also unlock the premium pass. And then you're going to get enough silver plane. You're going to get enough silver planes to unlock another 10 gold planes. So is this airport worth unlocking? Just based on that, yes. But so we're gonna buy. I'm gonna buy the premium pass for sure. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Yo, encouraging sadness. This is a cool livery, bro. Definitely looks like a bumblebee. Or is it supposed to be a wasp? I don't know. What's up, Easy? What's up, Mert? I'm at Mert. DJ Bay says, if there are 10k silver plays in there, that pays for the premium pass. 100%, yeah. You just gotta play the game though. That's the hard part sometimes. You gotta get to level 35, right? Or what is the max level? Yeah, 35. You gotta reach max level, which is, it can be hard. It can be hard. Especially when you're playing a smaller airport like this, where you're only handling B, C, and D planes, and you're really not handling a lot of D planes. You're handling a lot of B and C planes. I'm expecting. Math is actually mathing. Rick Rashid said, "Nope, you are right, bro. You did not get premium pass yet." What's up, Mufab? Mufab with the M plane contract. Thank you. We are going to have to buy some more contract capacity. Now, this is the whole point of my stream only account. The whole point is that I am willing to spend gold planes, so that way I can buy more contract capacity and do things. So like when you guys like redeem different things, I'm going to make sure we spend the gold planes whenever it's needed. What's up, Iberia Aviation? Long time no see. I did not get the premium pass yet. That's right. We're gonna go ahead and add baggage here. I just wanted to, like, I don't want to buy it too soon because I want people to see 10 gold planes for a while. I feel like in my other videos and stuff, live streams, I bought it too fast, and then people kept asking how much it costs, right? But then again, you could see how much it costs now from the main menu. You don't have to go into the airport to see what it looks like or how much it costs. Zayla said, "Did I miss anything important? When did you leave?" We did switch over to oh yeah, you left right when at the end of Sydney. So I did go over your change that you mentioned about the destinations, not adding another contract to a destination that has the maximum amount of contracts available no longer costs gold planes. Let's see if I still have that open. Yep. So for example, Fleeting Negligence uploaded this picture to VIP chat. If you guys are VIP, I know Flamingo, thank you again for gifting 10 gifted subs. If you guys got gifted a sub, make sure you join the Phat Airlines Discord and link your Twitch account to your Discord account. You'll gain access to our VIP channels. But yeah, what Fleeting Negligence shared here, he has a plane at SCL, and he's over capacity, right? 5 out of 4 passenger planes are allowed there. So anytime you're sending more than that capacity, it used to cost you gold planes, now it costs you silver planes. So I really like that change. I can't wait to use that more often. And then we went to CNN Airport. You know, you guys voted for me to unlock it, which makes a lot of sense. What's the Easter egg in the garage? I'll go over the Easter egg next Saturday when I go live. I want more people to kind of organically find it on their own. I've already noticed some people have already found it, but I also don't want to spoil it for people who are looking for it. You know what I'm saying? So next Saturday, which is what, November 1st on stream, I'll go over what that Easter egg is, so that way we all can do it. There's no wallers that you get. It's just it's just something pretty cool. And maybe, well, I don't know if you get wallers. I don't know, but what I do know is it's pretty cool. I like that they're adding Easter eggs back in. I hope they keep it up. You know. And encouraging sadness. I appreciate the planes. But on this account, you do need to go onto Twitch, and you do need to purchase like the small plane contract for your CRJ7s or the M plane contract for the 734s. We do that way. One, I have only so much contract capacity, so there's a cooldown on each of those requests. But two, that way the people who are here live on streams are also getting their planes shown and their planes approved. So just do me a favor and do that as soon as you can. Otherwise, send it to my main account, the Fat Rican, and I'll be more than happy to handle your planes there. Which my main account doesn't always go on stream though. Usually only when there's something special happening. Delta is so happy that the E145 got added to the game. Nice. Yo, what's up, Mohammed Dak Bar Malul? Wait, Muhammad Akbar Mulana. What's up, man? I'm like reading your name all together, and I'm like, wait, this makes no sense. I made it make sense. Sorry, everything's in lowercase for me. I don't know how it is on YouTube, but for me, it's all lowercase, so it's like just one word is the way my brain processes it. Here we go. Iberia Aviation says I'm currently at Bari, have only C contracts and 1 E. Do you have any tips? I'm level 20. So you probably want to get maybe 3 more E planes if you can. Try to find some player contracts. Go to the Phat Airlines Discord. There are many players on the contract board there that have a post, and all you got to do is fill out a form or make a message in their forum post that says that you want an E-plane to your Bari. Or you can also just make your own contract board post on the Phat Airlines contract board saying you want some C and E planes to your Bari, or maybe even D planes, right? Why not D planes? But you want some C to D planes to your Bari, and that'll really load you up with a bunch of contracts. Now, word of advice is I don't typically accept a ton of contracts from one single player, especially when I'm at a new airport, because I don't know how you don't know what that other player is going to go through, right? I'm traveling this weekend, right? So my gameplay is going to be a lot lower this weekend than it would be on a normal week. And if you only had contracts from me, even though normally I'm a daily player, if I'm on an airplane with no Wi-Fi, I can't play that day, right? Because I'm on an airplane with no Wi-Fi. So all of a sudden, I'm no longer a daily player. And if you're relying on only me to do all your plane contracts, then that could mess you up a little bit, right? And slow you down, I would say. So get a variety of people. Plus, having a variety of player contracts to work with also helps you, because then people get to recognize you, right? So not only am I seeing your name, but then also Hammy, TJ Bay, you know, Zalius, all these people here in the chat will see your name and want to be, you know, contracted with you more often when you need more contracts in the future. So just some advice, you know, post on the Phat Airlines Discord. We got a contract board there. Lots of people, lots of players there. And a lot of people are coming back for this update. So now's a great time to make a post, because there's going to be lots of players. People are buying new planes at CNN to send them places, right? People are going to want to send planes to CNN. And, you know, the other airports as well. They've got some added functionality with the scheduling. So now we can make sure that the stands are being correctly utilized. If you can't join the stream, Zalius, YouTube always has the recording up. So we keep the YouTube recording up. Twitch, I only can have it up for 14 days or something like that. It's out of my control. But YouTube, that's why we multi-stream, so that way you can always go back to a stream and see it and review it. Have you made a tutorial video for Schedule Planner yet? So Fred, if you rewind this video to about like 15 minutes in, I spend about an hour going through the like my version of a tutorial for the scheduler. I am going to cut it down to a shorter version, but that was like the initial purpose of this stream today, was to really go over the scheduling feature and to go to CNN as well. So that way you guys can see the new features. But we're going to shorten it down so that way you don't have to wait through all the taxiing and stuff like that, because like that's the hard part about like making World of Airports videos sometimes, is that like there's a lot of things I want to cover all at once, but there's a lot of waiting in between. So when I'm streaming, it's a little bit different. Like there's in between, while I'm doing the waiting, I'm chatting with people, I'm talking to you guys, and then I go back into tutorial mode. So we are going to make an edited version, but that might not come out to like next week or 2 weeks or so. Because one, I gotta review this stream all over again. Then I have to get the notes over to my editor. And I need to get those notes over to my editor tomorrow, because I'm traveling this weekend. So if I can get it to him tomorrow, then that would mean I'm in a good place where he can work on it while I'm traveling, which is even better. I love when things can be get done when I'm not even like working. So yeah, Fred. Yeah, no problem, man. YouTube, you should be able to rewind, but I also know it's cool to be here live, right? Because like you can ask me questions now, and I'm answering you right now too. Like, believe me, when I'm watching streamers, I much rather watch them live most of the times than to watch like rewind and watch, you know, something else. That replay will always be there for you, so you can watch it later. MK Specialist says CNN looks unique, might have to unlock early. Bro, there is no unlocking early for CNN. There's no way to unlock CNN other than buying gold planes or using your gold planes for it. So if you're thinking about unlocking it, I would say go for it. But also get the premium pass, because the premium pass is really how you're gonna like make your money back, I would say, because you get 6 gold planes from the free pass and premium pass total. You get 6 gold planes total. So if you're paying 4 gold planes for the airport and 10 for the premium pass, that's 14. You get 6 immediately. Not immediately, sorry. You got 6 for max leveling the airport, right? So now you only need to make up 8. And how you're going to make up the 8 is through silver planes. You get 12,500 silver planes total from the free and premium pass. And you trade in your 10,000 silver planes for 10 gold planes, and now you're at a surplus. So you're actually making a few more gold planes than you spent. So, but you have to play the airport. You have to play it. Otherwise, it's not worth it. But if you're going to play the airport, might as well unlock it. Might as well get the premium pass too. The math works. TJ Bay confirmed it. Rick Rashid also confirmed it, right? And I am so tired. when I first started the stream, I was so tired. I didn't even want to do the stream when I first started. I was like, oh man, I just want to like sit here and relax and not have to stream. But I want to thank you guys for being here for real, because like, even though I wasn't talking to you guys in chat, just to see you guys in chat really like helped me like go through, you know, like push through. You know, I'm still tired, but like, it's a lot more fun when you guys are here, you know. So thank you guys. Thank you. Whew. All right, so that's looking good. CNN Airport, man. You know what we'll do? We'll accept one of yours. Encouraging sadness. I don't see your request coming in, but we'll accept one of yours. All right. The other ones you're gonna have to pay for. Feeling nice today. All right, so we're going to buy the premium pass. And what the premium pass is going to do, it's going to also give us some airplanes that we could use right away too. So we're going to land those airplanes. We got an additional handling crew. You know, every single premium pass is worth it just for the extra handling crew, because 5 handling crew costs 45 gold planes. And believe me, I've bought a lot of extra handling crew at a lot of airports. So having that extra handling crew is really nice when you have a full airport. All right, so this AT-46, I don't have any liveries for this, and you can't configure a small plane. So we're just gonna go ahead and claim it and let it land as a normal plane. You know what I noticed? I didn't schedule any planes for stands. So we're gonna start with the scheduling with my fleet planes. And what we're going to do is we're going to schedule planes over here. Stand 7. Stand 7 is where we want it, because stand 7 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, they don't block a D plane from like going to their stand, right? So over here, stands 1 and 2, if you get 1A, which I probably wouldn't unlock first, I would unlock 3A or 4A first. I would probably lock both of those first before unlocking 1A and 2A. But that's because if you unlock 1A, then 1 and 2 are blocked, right? If you use 2A, 2 and 3 are blocked. If you do 3A, 4 and 5 are blocked, but they're not unlocked already, right? So I would unlock 1, 2, which come unlocked already. I would unlock 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I would unlock 4A, 3A, and maybe 3 next. And then you can do the rest of them, right? But that's the order I would do. I'm going to do my stands, you know. So here's what I was talking to you guys about earlier. When it comes to a plane in your fleet with scheduling, normally you would have the option here to add this plane to schedule, but because this plane does not have a contract, you can't add it to schedule. So we can go ahead and just schedule, clear it to land on stand 1. And then we're going to assign it a contract. And once the contract is assigned, then we can add it to our planner. Even if we go to the planner over here, you will see none of these are green. This is blue. Blue are for other player planes, right? We double click this. This is for, let me double click it. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so this is, you know, MUFAB. So even though I have one plane already, this plane right here, because it's not assigned a contract, it is not schedulable. Schedulable? It's okay to not use the scheduling system, 100%. Now, World of Airports themselves even said that. It's a completely optional feature. But what I do like about it, and you could rewind in this video about maybe like an hour and a half in, is where I like talk about a lot of my benefits. But like one of the things I like about it is when you actually go into the schedule, and it doesn't work here because I don't have too many planes. I don't have any planes scheduled because I don't have enough stands to really like schedule planes yet. But it'll give you an idea of like how much time do you have left in between handlings. So like, actually I could show you right now. We have a few planes that are already gone, right? So we have these planes here. We have, let's go ahead and assign just these planes There we go. We're gonna go ahead. I just randomly assigned them. We got the 738, which well, you see here. So you see right here, right? We have this AT-76. These are all non-player planes, right? So we have the AT-76. This one's currently being handled. You can see by this like way it looks. But then we also have an AT-76 that's waiting to land. So we still have another plane waiting to land. But on these two stands, we have at least 6 minutes or 12 minutes before these planes return. But then not only that, after this plane returns, then we have another 22 minutes before the next plane comes by. So what this would tell me, the way I would look at it is, one, maybe this AT-76 needs to go like to stand 2 instead. That way I can handle it right away. But also, I could probably finish handling these two planes right here, and then I can take a break for like an hour or 30 minutes, or go to another airport for 30 minutes, and then come back to this airport, and I would have a lot more planes to handle than just sitting here waiting 5 minutes, handling this plane, waiting another 5 minutes, handling this plane, then waiting another 10 minutes, then handling this plane, then wait another 10 minutes, then you handle the 738 again. You know, such a better way to visualize it and see it, you know, what your schedule looks like. Completely optional though, but I'm letting you know like what's a good way or how I'm using it, because I've been using it for like a week. I was beta testing it, so I've been using it for a little bit. What's up, TK? How much did I miss? You missed like 2 hours, bro. No, we went over the scheduling system. We did a quick intro of CNN Airport. What else did we do? That's it pretty much. I really focused a lot on the scheduling system because there's a lot of confusion on Discord, both the World of Airports Discord and the Phat Airlines Discord. There's a lot of confusion on how to use the scheduling system and like what to use it for. So I wanted to kind of just like share my thoughts on it and the way I use it, because I've been using it for like a few days, you know, so kind of get people thinking. What level are you at an IAD? So on my main account, I'm max level. On my free to play account, I'm like in the 50s, I want to say, but I haven't played my free to play account in like 3 months. You know, I've been so busy with my son, my daughter, my job, my main account, my main, you know, the Fat Rican World of Airports account, and a couple other things like my business, which I'm shutting down and opening up a new one, hopefully. But there's a lot of things that are like just happening that I haven't had time to play my second account. So yeah, and then I don't have IAD on this account because we're still leveling up Prague. We're actually very low level at Prague, so we have a long way to go, which is why I need to do more streams like this where I'm streaming at night. Maybe that's what I do on my night streams, where we do maybe I do that more on my night streams where I work on tutorial videos. We record it so you can see the whole live stream. You guys can ask questions like at the end of it. We cut them into smaller videos, and then maybe that'll motivate me to do more night streams. TK said, love how you got 2 seconds until next arrival. Nice. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, super efficient, man. That's what I'm playing. That's what I'm talking about. We got the 8. Okay, so now the AT-46 shows up here because it's assigned a contract, right? So we can go ahead and assign it to any of these stands if we want. We can see what sizes are available on those stands. What we'll do is we'll put it right here for now. We'll take this one, assign it there. And then we got these seaplanes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove this B plane from stands 1 and 7 because, or sorry, I'm going to remove it from stand 2 because stand 2 is my only stand that can handle seaplanes. So I'm going to try to keep that stand occupied, at least on a schedule, for only my B planes. But it looks like I'm going to have to unlock more C stands soon. Like if we look at my schedule here, let's say I come back in, you're gonna see here like I got 6 minutes of a gap here. So I should probably move this one. Oh, I can't move any of them. Yeah, okay, this got rid of all my gap. No gap there. So yeah, just looking at this, like I can handle, if everybody handles their planes on time, including the computer, I'm gonna get these AT-76s back. They're my first two, and then there's 12-minute gap before I get the AT-76s back. Okay, so okay, the BKK planes are a little bit further away, so that's good. Actually, it'll tell me if I do this. Yep, it's an hour 28 minutes. So not too bad. I should have charged my watch while I was sitting here. Anyways, we're gonna schedule these planes. I only have one C stand, so they all have to go right here for now. We're gonna come back here eventually, and we're gonna have to buy more C stands for sure. But when we buy actually I should buy one right now. When we buy a C stand, it's going to be stands 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, or 7. Because those do not get blocked by a D plane. We're not buying any D planes yet. We don't have any D arrivals, thank goodness. But we're gonna want to get another C stand because we have way too many C planes. Not in a bad way. Just if you look at the schedule here, we're all back to back, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these over here, and hopefully. Yeah, it's a little bit more manageable, it looks like. So I know next time I load into CNN, what's going to end up happening is we're going to be here for a while. I don't know how long, it doesn't tell me, it tells me over here how much handling time it is, but we're going to be here for a while. But then once we handle all these planes, then we're going to have like a 42-minute gap before we have any planes coming in again. So we'll see what that looks like. This plane's scheduled for a stand 7. Which is occupied right here, this one right here. So it's a good thing is we can always just reschedule it, reassign it to a different stand. Oh, and then we have this AT-76. AT-76 has 70 passenger capacity. We're gonna look for an airport that is close to 70. Like this one right here. This one has 80, 81, 84. 107, 65, 89, 82, 78. How about that one? 74. Ooh. All right, that's the closest I think we're going to get. HSR. All right, so we can go ahead and schedule this to another stand too. Even though it's scheduled to a stand, we don't have to commit to it. We could always just change it. That is fine. All right, peace out, MK Specialist. By the way, this Saturday the stream is canceled because I will be traveling. But we do stream typically every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern for like 2 to 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. And I hope you guys are there for November 1st. DK asked if two planes are assigned to the same stand and you set up the delivery manager, it prioritizes the one assigned first. You're asking like in this planner list, right? You have this AT-76 and you have this AT-76. Which one's going to land first? That I haven't confirmed yet. What I do know is if you have this AT-76 waiting in your queue and you have the delivery manager on, the delivery manager will automatically assign this plane to stand 1. It'll also wait before assigning the AT-76 to one of these other stands until this stand, one of these stands are done with all of their planned arrivals. So it'll keep that priority in place. But as far as how does does the list work from left to right in priority? That I don't know. I don't think so because I think the arrival manager takes over at that point, where the arrival manager or you take over, right? And the arrival manager has these options where it'll automatically land a plane. And if you don't have any of these options on, it'll automatically assign the plane in the order that the plane was assigned, right? So And then the delivery manager, same thing, right? It'll how does the delivery manager work? It assigns other player airplanes first, then my airplanes, and then airlines. This is always on when the delivery manager's on, right? So then I would think further. I think the delivery manager works from the top of the list to the bottom of the list, right? That I'm not sure actually. How does the delivery manager work? Does it work from the top of the list to the bottom of the list, or does it work from bottom to top? But the delivery manager would be unchanged. I usually have these preferences on, so I always have the prefer favorite airplanes on, so the delivery manager would prefer the favorite airplanes. Then it would prefer based on size. And then if you have those off, you still have the approach manager. So the approach manager would still take over based on, you know, which order it was assigned. So that I'm not entirely 100% sure on the correct answer. Didn't really test that out, but it should work the same way it works now, because except the delivery manager will just prioritize based on its current priority list, narrowed down to a small list of these few planes over here instead of the list of all of the planes. Hope that makes sense. I think it does. So what happens to the second plane that didn't get the assigned stand and gets assigned to another stand, or wait till that stand is available again? So if the other stands, let's say I open up a new stand right here, I open up stand 10 for a B, and I had another B plane waiting to land, but it was assigned to stand 1. Because stand 10 has no planes scheduled to it, or no scheduled planes that are waiting to land to it, then the delivery manager will assign the next plane to stand 10, even though it's scheduled for stand 1. So that will happen, but that's only if there's no more available planes. Like that stand is completely open. There's no more scheduled planes waiting to land. It's available. Once it's available, then it starts assigning planes as if you weren't even using the scheduling manager. Any idea if they'll add bigger stands to CNN? I don't know why they would. I don't know why they would. It's supposed to be like a small airport, kind of generic, kind of basic. Helps them really test out new features, things like that. I think I'm expecting only D and smaller. Coolest part about a new airport though is like how I can handle everything manually, as long as I'm like paying a little bit more attention than what I normally do, like on streams. Like I'm having no problem handling all these planes. And then look at my schedule, right? We have this 738 that just landed, right? But then I have an hour and 20 minutes before the next plane arrives here. I have 11 minutes before the next plane arrives here, but then 4 minutes. So you know, my scheduling is a little heavy on stand 7 versus stand 11. I could probably add optimize this a little bit better, so that way I have a few planes that are like closer on stand 11. But even still, it kind of gives me an idea, like, okay, look at how much time we have. 10 plus 4 plus 14 plus whatever handling time is on here before we get one more plane even on this stand. We got 24 minutes over here, then 3, then 25, then that one comes back. This one comes back. Yeah, so, it looks like I'm pretty much done with this airport for now. I mean, we're gonna wait for this 738 to get to a stand. We could also handle it, but there's no rush to handle it. At the stand now, and you know what? That is it for me for today. 2 hours and a half? Nice. From me not wanting to even do a stream today to doing a 2.5 hour stream and doing a tutorial on the scheduling system, answering your questions and showing off the new airport, the new generic airport CNN. I hope you guys rewatch the stream. We're gonna be cutting up this stream into smaller pieces, so dedicated videos. And I think I found a new way for me to make videos, do streams, and still engage with you guys at the same time. So I think we're gonna do a lot more of these where I have like a script written out, not necessarily a script, but it was like an outline. I had an outline for my scheduling system video where I wanted to go over the in-game tutorial. I wanted to show the planner. I wanted to show another way to plan or schedule arrivals. I wanted to show the schedule. I wanted to review 5 reasons why it was useful, right? And the 5 reasons are: planes are always assigned to the stand using the delivery manager. Planes are quickly assigned to the assigned stand if you're doing it manually. You could see what planes have arrived, are being handled, need to land, and which are away. Number 4 is how much time is left before arrivals begin coming in. And then number 5 is you can strategically place planes at beneficial stands, right? So that really kind of helps like with strategizing if you want to go like that far, which I will eventually, but not right now. I got thousands of contracts. On this account though, I don't have thousands of contracts, but I don't have all of the stands, so it's hard to be strategic when you're just gonna constantly update. But I'm gonna do more scripts like that. Thank you guys so much for joining. It was a blast. Like, I wouldn't have the motivation to do it for 2.5 hours. I could probably go longer if I didn't need to sleep and I have work in the morning. Just like some of you guys, some of you guys who were here earlier, and like Voitando, he's up at like 3 a.m. to watch for a little bit. So thank you guys. Really appreciate you all. Let me read your last comments here before we head out. TK says, I like how in this airport D class gets a major role. With new aircrafts being D class, being the biggest class in the airport, it doesn't get overshadowed by E and F like in the other airports. That's true. We did get the MD-11 and the MD-11F, so that is pretty cool. Rick Rashid says, night bro, thanks. Yeah, thank you too, man. Peace out, Mert. Peace out, Sammy. Monolithic Frog, thanks for joining again. Peace out, Zalius. Thank you for being here, bro. Thanks for all your messages. Seabird Club Airline, peace out, man. TK, peace out, Fat. I read your message. I'm tired, man. Gabbit the one, thank you so much. Peace out. Who else? That's everybody. Oh, and TJ Bay, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for being here. You guys who are lurking, you guys who are in the background, just have me on, watching me on TV, watching me while you're sleeping. Thank you so much. I know you probably can't hear me if you're sleeping, but hopefully you watch the replay. But guys, have a fantastic night. I will see you guys not this Saturday because I have to cancel, but I'll see you guys next Saturday, or I might write another script so that way we can do some more YouTube content, more tutorials, and go back to our roots, where we're teaching people how to play World of Airports and how to maximize their time with some of the basic strategies. Everybody has their own way to play the game, and this is just what I try to do is share the way I like to play the game. All right, guys, have a great night. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.